I'm protesting against forced vaccinations, specifically for healthcare workers. It's important to me because I feel like these people that have spent the last year on the front lines risking their lives for us when we didn't know much about the virus, that they went out and put themselves in harm's way, and now they're being threatened with unemployment if they don't do what they're told.
Things the government has crushed: healthcare, public schools, small business, and individual freedom. So as small business owners, this has affected us greatly, from the shutdowns, loss of jobs and income for our employees.
Anything else in healthcare, we have choices. We're allowed to ask questions. We're allowed second opinions. We're allowed in the end to make our own decisions. And when it comes to something that has some risk, we need to have that choice. We can't have the government, we can't have our businesses, employers, institutes. We can't have politics dictating what we get to do with our own health.
In our daily lives.
In our daily lives.
Yes.
We deserve a choice, a medical choice in what we put in our bodies. And if you want to take the vaccine, that's fine. But if you don't, that should be your choice. A lot of us have worked in the healthcare field, and we've worked with these COVID patients. We've either gotten a vaccine, or we've gotten COVID and have the antibodies, or we have a healthy immune system, and we think that this is unjust for them to tell us what we have to put in our body. A lot of people I know, their jobs are at risk right now in the healthcare field, and we're really concerned about it because this shouldn't be forced. I know a lot of people that are considering other fields, and I'm worried that we're going to have a severe healthcare crisis if they don't stop these mandates.
Why are so many doctors and scientists being censored, silenced? And how many lives would have been saved had their voices been heard?
That's right.
The Association of American Physicians and Surgeons declare, and I quote, that all humans have the right to liberty, which they do not forfeit when they serve the sick or disabled. The ethical commitment to protect others does not require workers to surrender their bodily integrity, self-determination, and accept the intervention dictated by a governmental or quasi-governmental authority.
Vaccine mandates are discrimination and against the law in Illinois, and they are. There's a law called the Medical Freedom Right of Conscience Act, and it needs to be enforced in this state. I know people that work in the healthcare field, teachers, school, everywhere they're trying to mandate it, that if you don't take this vaccine, you lose your job. It's absolutely wrong. That's intimidation, discrimination, bullying, it's coercion. It should not be happening.
I know more people that have been damaged by the vaccine than I know that have had problems with COVID. My dad has been in the hospital at least 6 times since he got the shots. My sister-in-law has heart problems now that she did not have before.
You know, I come from a military family, and I think of the sacrifices that they've made, and I just feel like this is the least that I could do. Being here today with my sign saying that I stand for freedom, the freedom that they fought to protect for all of us, not just me, for people who are for it, everybody across the board.
You don't get to say and mandate what we can and cannot do with our own bodies. I'm here because I have 2 young kids, my husband and I don't want them growing up in a world where they don't know what freedom is. I don't want them to grow up in a world where they don't have choices. None of you should. But that's also the beautiful thing about this country. We have those choices, and they are slowly being stripped away.
We need to stand up for our freedom. Amen. That's the most important thing. That's why I'm here today, because you guys are all my Illinois family, and I love every single one of you guys, and we are going to fight this together.
I don't take my medical advice from a government, a president, Dr. Fauci, or Bill Gates. It's not their decision whether I get the shot or not, and it's not your employer's decision either. So I say to the politicians, stay out of my healthcare business.
In my mind, this is just the start of a slope where it continues. What's the next mandate going to be? Because this is going to kind of set the precedence of what employers can do and what people will stand for and stand up against.
And that's why we're starting at OSF, at Unity Point. They were the first in our community to make these mandates. They have such a huge impact in our community, in our health, which is what this whole last year has been about, health, the vaccine. So we're starting here. We're starting here and demanding that they start listening to the percentage of their employees, their community members that they serve, and demanding them to stop these mandates.